My name is Liam. I want to share a story about my family. It is a story about pain, but also about hope. I live in a quiet town with my father and my little sister, Mia. Our life was simple. We had a nice house with a big garden. We had a dog named Buster. But our happiness was broken when my mother died. It was a very hard time for us. My father was very sad. Mia cried every night. I tried to be strong for them, but I was just a boy. For 2 years, it was just the three of us. We were a team. Then, my father met Elena. Elena was a woman he met at work. She was very beautiful. She had bright eyes and a perfect smile. She dressed in expensive clothes. My father fell in love with her very quickly. He said she made him feel alive again. He brought her home to meet us. At first, Elena was like a movie star. She was kind, she brought us gifts, she gave Mia a doll, she gave me a video game. She smiled at us and said, "I want to be your friend." We believed her. My father was so happy. We wanted him to be happy. So when he asked her to marry him, we said yes. They had a big wedding in the summer. It was a beautiful day. But I saw something that day. I saw Elena look at Mia when Mia spilled some juice. Elena's eyes were not kind. They were cold. It was just for a second, but it scared me. That was the first sign. After the wedding, Elena moved in. The first week was okay, but soon the mask fell off. Elena started to change things. She did not like our old furniture. She said it was ugly. She threw away the chair my mother loved. I asked her, "Why did you do that?" She said, "It is my house now, Liam. I make the rules." My father did not stop her. He was at work all day. He came home late. He only saw the perfect house. He did not see our sad faces. Elena started to give us chores, lots of chores. I had to scrub the floors. Mia had to clean the windows. If we did not do a good job, we did not get dinner. One night, Mia was tired. She fell asleep before she finished cleaning. Elena was furious. She woke me up with cold water. She yelled, "Lazy girl, no food for you." I gave Mia half of my sandwich that night. We ate in the dark, hiding from Elena. We realized then that our father had married a monster, not a kind woman. Life became a prison. Elena was very smart. She knew how to hide her cruelty. When my father was home, she was an angel. She cooked big meals. She laughed at his jokes. She hugged us and said, "We are such a happy family." My father believed her. He would say to me, "Liam, look how lucky we are. Elena is a wonderful mother to you." I wanted to scream. I wanted to tell him the truth, but I was afraid. Elena told us, "If you tell your father, I will make your life worse. I will send Mia away to a boarding school." This was my biggest fear. I could not lose my sister. So I kept my mouth shut. The abuse got worse. Elena stopped buying us new clothes. She said we did not need them. I wore shoes with holes in them. The other kids at school laughed at me. Elena bought herself expensive jewelry. She bought new coats and fancy bags. She spent my father's money on herself. One afternoon, Mia came home from school crying. She had drawn a picture for Dad. It was a picture of our family. Elena saw it. She tore it up. She said, "Your drawing is ugly. Do not bother your father with this trash." Mia ran to her room. I confronted Elena. I said, "You are mean. Why do you hate us?" Elena looked at me with a calm face. She said, "I don't hate you, Liam. I just don't care about you. You are in my way. I want your father, not his baggage." Her words were like a knife. She called us baggage. We were not children to her. We were just problems. Winter came, and the days got shorter. It was dark by 5 p.m. Elena made a new rule. We were not allowed in the living room. We had to stay in our rooms or the kitchen. The living room was for adults. We felt like strangers in our own house. One day, my father went on a business trip. He was going to be gone for 3 days. This was the most dangerous time. When Dad was gone, Elena did not have to pretend. She stopped cooking for us. She gave us bread and cheese. She invited her friends over. They smoked in the house. They played loud music. They were rude people. Mia and I stayed upstairs listening to the noise. We felt very alone. We missed our mom. We missed the old days when our house was full of love. Now it was full of smoke and cold laughter. The worst night of my life happened on a Saturday. My father was still away. It was snowing heavily outside. The wind was howling. Elena decided to have a big party. She invited 20 people. The music was shaking the floor. Mia was scared. She came to my room. She held her teddy bear. She said, "Liam, it is too loud. I cannot sleep." I told her, "Don't worry, it will end soon." But it did not end. It got louder. Around midnight, I went downstairs to ask them to lower the music. It was a mistake. I walked into the living room. The room was full of strangers. Elena was dancing in the middle. She saw me. Her face turned red with anger. She stopped the music. She walked over to me. She smelled like wine. She said, "What are you doing here? Did I say you could come down?" I said, "Please, Elena. Mia is scared. Can you turn the music down?" Her friends laughed. One man said, "The baby is scared?" Elena smiled a wicked smile. She said, "You want quiet? I will give you quiet." She grabbed my arm. Her grip was strong. She pulled me to the back door. She opened it. The cold wind hit me instantly. Snow blew into the house. She pushed me outside. I stumbled and fell into the snow. I was only wearing my pajamas. I had no coat. I had no shoes. She said, "Cool down out here. Do not come back in until I say so." Then she slammed the door. I heard the lock click. I was shocked. I stood up and banged on the door. I yelled, "Elena, let me in. It is freezing." But the music started again. No one heard me. I was locked out in a blizzard. The cold was painful. It felt like needles on my skin. My feet went numb very fast. I tried to open the windows, but they were locked. I went to the garage, but it was locked too. I curled up on the porch mat. I was shaking uncontrollably. I thought, I'm going to die. Inside, Mia waited for me. When I did not come back, she got worried. She crept downstairs. She saw Elena laughing. She did not see me. She looked at the back door. She saw me through the glass. I was covered in snow. Mia screamed. She ran to the door. Elena tried to stop her. Elena said, "Leave him, Mia. He is learning a lesson." But Mia was desperate. She bit Elena's hand. Elena dropped her wine glass. It shattered. Mia unlocked the door and pulled me inside. I fell onto the kitchen floor. I was blue. I could not speak. The people at the party stopped laughing. They saw a child almost frozen to death. They realized something was very wrong. They started to leave. They grabbed their coats and ran away. Elena was left alone with us. She was furious, but she was also scared. She knew she had gone too far. She looked at me and said, "If you tell your father, remember what I said about the boarding school." Then she went to bed, leaving me shivering on the floor. Mia covered me with blankets. She saved my life that night. I was sick for a week after that. I had a high fever. My father came home and saw I was sick. Elena told him. He played outside in the snow without a coat. He is such a foolish boy. My father was angry at me. He said, "Liam, you must be more responsible." I wanted to cry. She lied again, and he believed her again. But the truth has a way of coming out. 2 days later, my father forgot his laptop at home. He came back from work at 10 a.m. He entered the house quietly. Elena did not know he was there. She was in the kitchen, talking on the phone to her sister. My father walked toward the kitchen. He heard her voice. She was laughing. She said, "You should have seen him, Maria. I locked him in the snow for an hour. He looked like a blue popsicle. It was so funny. These kids are so stupid." And my husband? He is the biggest fool of all. He thinks I am nursing the boy. Actually, I haven't given him medicine all day. My father stood by the door. His face went pale. Then it turned red with rage. He dropped his keys on the floor. Clang! Elena spun around. She saw him. Her eyes went wide. She dropped the phone. "Honey," she said, I was just joking." My father walked up to her. He did not shout. His voice was low and scary. He said, "You locked my son in the snow? You think I am a fool?" Elena tried to touch him. He stepped back. He looked at her with disgust. He said, "I heard everything. I see you now. I finally see you." He called for us. "Liam, Mia, come here." We ran downstairs. We were scared. We saw Dad standing over Elena. He asked me, "Liam, did she lock you out?" I looked at my dad. I saw he was on our side. I said, "Yes, Dad, she did." He asked Mia, "Did she threaten you?" Mia nodded. "She said she would send me away," Mia whispered. My father turned to Elena. "Pack your bags," he said. "You have 1 hour. Get out of my house. Get out of our lives." Elena cried. She screamed. She begged. But my father was like a rock. He did not move. He watched her pack her bags. He took her key. He opened the front door and watched her leave. As her car drove away, the house felt different. The heavy feeling was gone. The air was light. My father hugged us. He cried into my shoulder. He said, "I am so sorry, kids. I was blind. Please forgive me." We forgave him. We knew he was tricked. It took time to heal. We had to learn to trust again. But slowly, the happiness came back. We got rid of Elena's furniture. We painted the walls a bright color. We ate pizza on the floor. My father never worked late again. He put us first. We were a family again. A real family. Thank you for listening to this story. It was a long journey, but we made it. I have a question for you. Do you think the father should have realized the truth sooner? Why is it hard to see the truth when you are in love? Please tell me your answer in the comments. I love reading your thoughts. If this story touched your heart, please like this video. And do not forget to subscribe to English Story 365 for more emotional stories and English practice. See you next time.